New Solutions 2nd edition pre-intermediate workbook by Tim Faller and Paul A. Davies. Published and copyright Oxford University Press 2012. Listening 2. Terry.
I love going out with my Uncle Harry. He always pays for everybody. He just enjoys spending money. He's so different from his brother. That's my dad, of course. The only problem with Harry is that he can be rather impolite. He isn't very sensitive and doesn't think before he speaks. The other day, he really upset my dad when he told him he was mean.
Julie.
My mum's amazing, really. She never loses her temper. She just stays really calm. She's got 4 children, me, my brother and my 2 sisters, and has to ask us to do things 10 or 20 times before we actually do them. But she doesn't get angry. She also works full-time at the supermarket and doesn't get home till 6 o'clock. I don't know how she fits it all in. She never stops.
Martin.
My sister and I have completely different personalities. I like meeting new people and am happy to chat to people I don't know, at parties, for example. But Sonia feels a bit nervous in situations like that. She waits for people to come to her. But when she gets to know you and starts talking, she really makes you laugh.
Emma.
We're twins, but we aren't identical. We don't look alike, and our personalities aren't alike either. For example, I don't say very much normally. I'm fairly quiet. Louise is the complete opposite. She never stops. But she doesn't talk about herself. Last summer, for example, she got fantastic marks in her exams, but you never hear her talking about it.
Listening 3. Daniel.
I'm having an amazing time here in the Brazilian rainforest. We arrived from Macapá 2 weeks ago. There are 10 students and we are staying with families in the village. We're helping to build a new school and we're trying to study Portuguese, but it isn't easy.
Christine.
I'm here in Cape Town, South Africa. I'm staying with my aunt and uncle. I'm working at a school in one of the townships outside the city. I teach English to young children. They are very poor, but they are always laughing. It's hard work, but the children are wonderful.
Thomas.
I live in London and I'm working in an old people's home in the city centre. There are 50 people living here. Some of them are quite sick. I help them read their letters, books and newspapers. I also help at mealtimes and take people out for walks. It's hard work, but very rewarding.
Listening 4. 1.
I'd rather listen to music.
2.
Do you fancy eating out?
3.
I love surfing the net.
4.
I can't stand shopping.
5.
I like playing chess.
6.
I'm not that keen on dancing.
Listening 5. 1.
What do you like doing after school?
2.
What do you like doing at weekends?
3.
What kind of music are you into?
4.
Do you fancy going to the cinema this evening?
Listening 6.
What do you like doing in your free time, Tom?
I really love going to the cinema.
Me too. What kind of films are you into?
I like sci-fi films.
I'm not really a fan of sci-fi films. I prefer romantic comedies. What else do you like doing?
I'm quite fond of reading.
So am I. What kind of books do you like?
Detective stories. What about you?
I'm a big fan of romantic novels.
Listening 7.
It all started in 1980 in a pub in Wales. Two men were having an argument about an unusual topic. One of them was saying that humans were faster than horses over a long distance in a cross-country race. The other man was insisting that horses were much faster than humans. Who was right? They couldn't agree. Well, the owner of the pub, a man called Gordon Green, heard the argument and decided to find out the answer by organising a race between people and horses. The first race took place in the same year, 1980, and the Man vs. Horse Marathon became a regular yearly event. In fact, the course is only 35 kilometres long, so it isn't actually a marathon. The competitors were men, women, and horses. For the first few years, a horse always won the race. In 1985, a new rule allowed cyclists to take part as well, and although a horse won the race that year too, it only just beat Jackie Phelan, a champion cyclist from the USA. In 1989, British cyclist Tim Gould beat the first horse by 3 minutes. This was the first time that a human won the event. The first human to win the race on foot was Hugh Lobb. In 2004, he completed the course in 2 hours, 5 minutes and 19 seconds. He won £25,000. That year, there were 500 human competitors and 40 horses. The only other year a human won was in 2007. It seems that horses are faster than people after all.
Listening 8.
I went to the cinema.
I went away for the weekend.
I cooked dinner.
I saw a show.
I went bowling.
Listening 9.
Did you have a good weekend?
Yes, I did.
What did you do on Saturday?
I went shopping in London.
Did you buy anything?
Yes, I did. A new coat.
What did you get up to on Sunday?
I went out for dinner.
What did you have?
Pizza and salad.
Listening 10.
Hello and good morning. Welcome to Sports Today. We have with us in the studio a young lady who is making a name for herself in the cold and icy world of figure skating. Her name is Brittany Spence. Hello, Brittany, and welcome.
Thank you. Pleased to be here.
Brittany, could you tell us how you came to be interested in ice skating?
Well, I started when I was very young. My friends all went to ballet classes, but I wasn't interested in that. When I was 4, I watched the Ice Skating World Championships on TV and loved all the fantastic moves the dancers performed. I begged my mum to take me to the local ice rink. I tried ice skating and I loved it. I fell over, but I didn't care. I just got up again. So I started having lessons.
And the rest, as they say, is history. But when did you realise that you wanted to ice skate competitively?
Well, my teacher encouraged me to enter small competitions from the very beginning, but my parents were not very happy about it. My teacher talked to them and finally they agreed. I had the right kind of personality for it. I was never a shy child. I was usually confident and a bit impatient, to be honest. I loved competing, though.
When did you decide that doubles figure skating was for you?
When I was 12, a boy joined our classes. He was very quiet, but I could see he was good. Our teacher put us together, and it worked well. We entered a doubles competition soon after, and we won it. It was amazing.
And that was Matt Bridges, your skating partner?
Yes, Matt and I have been partners since we were 12. We train together 5 times a week. He's very hard-working. I can't be lazy when I'm with him.
And you're training hard at the moment, aren't you?
Yes. The Junior World Championships are coming up and we really want to do well.
The best of luck, and we will all be watching you.
Thank you.
Listening 11. Route number 1.
At the roundabout, go straight on. Go past that rubbish bin, and at the end of the road, turn left. Then turn left again. It's opposite the billboard.
Route number 2.
Go straight on at the roundabout, go past the post box, and at the end of the road, turn right. Go across the pedestrian crossing, then follow the footpath, and you're there.
Route number 3.
Go left at the roundabout, then take the first right, go past the bus stop. At the traffic lights, go straight on. At the end of the road, turn right, and you're there.
Listening 12. 1,
Don't drop that packet on the floor. Put it in the rubbish bin.
2,
She lost control of the car and it hit a telegraph pole.
3,
In Wales, the road signs are in English and Welsh.
4,
I was videoing the party when I fell into the swimming pool.
5,
While I was walking through the shopping centre, I met my head teacher.
6,
My dad is brilliant at table tennis.
Listening 13. 1,
I know it's a tradition, but I just think it's a really cruel activity. I'm glad that it's illegal now. To be honest, I think it's wrong. There are other hobbies you can do. There's no need to kill animals for fun.
2,
I live in a village in the country, and there's a long history of fox hunting there. It wasn't just the rich people, the upper classes, that did it. Everybody took part together, and it was good for the economy of this area. I think the ban is a shame.
3,
I think even before the ban, fox hunting was losing its popularity. It's outdated, isn't it? I mean, I don't know any young people who liked it. So for me, the hunting ban is fine. I'm happy about it.
4,
Some people say fox hunting is part of the countryside. You know, it's traditional. But I know a lot of farmers who are happy about the hunting ban. They say that fox hunts always caused a lot of damage to their fields and hedges because the hunters rode their horses over them when they were chasing the fox.
5,
I didn't have a strong opinion about fox hunting before the ban, but I get angry when I read about people who break the law and still go hunting. It's really important to respect the law. That's even more important than respecting a tradition.
Listening 14. 1,
There's a man in the foreground holding a mobile phone.
2,
There's a church behind the man.
3,
The man is wearing a watch on his right wrist.
4,
In the background, there's a woman wearing a striped top.
5,
The man on the right is wearing a tie.
6,
The man on the right is wearing a shirt with short sleeves.
Listening 15.
Hi, Ben. Are you going to watch the Oscars tonight? I want to know who wins Best Actor this year. Who do you think should win?
Well, Jenny, I don't really know. I find it all a bit boring.
Really? I'm surprised. You love films. You go to the cinema all the time.
I do love films, but I don't love the Oscars. They are all about big American blockbusters. I like them, but I also like European films.
Well, of course the Oscars is American. It's an American show. But I love it. I love the dresses, the glamour, the tears. It's fun. I'm not really into the awards.
I prefer the Golden Globe Awards. I prefer the foreign journalists' choices of film.
Oh, OK. But come and watch the Oscars with me anyway. Maybe your favourite film will win.
Fine, let's watch it then. But I'm not watching the beginning, when the stars arrive and show off their dresses.
Listening 16. 1,
Can I help you?
2,
Which showing would you like?
3,
I'm afraid the 8:30 showing is sold out.
4,
Sorry, did you say 2 adults?
5,
How would you like to pay?
6,
Can I have your credit card number, please?
Listening 17.
Good afternoon. Can I help you?
Can I have 2 tickets for True Grit, please?
Which showing would you like?
The 5:30, please.
I'm afraid the 5:30 is sold out. We still have tickets for the 8:30 though.
Just a moment, please. Dan, the 5:30 showing of True Grit is sold out. Should we go to the 8:30 or choose another film?
Let's go to 127 Hours instead.
OK. Have you got tickets for the 6 o'clock showing of 127 Hours?
Yes, we have tickets for that. Adults or children?
Pardon?
Adult tickets or children's? Are you under 14?
No, we aren't.
OK, that's 2 adults then. £19 in total.
OK, here you are.
£20, thank you. And £1 change. Enjoy the film.
Thank you.
Listening 18. 1,
What do I think of reality shows? I think they're stupid. There are so many of them on TV, and I can't tell one from another. And the people who go on these shows are all the same, too. They're loud and rude and annoying. Who's interested in them?
2,
I don't watch reality shows on TV in general, but there are a couple of programmes that I wouldn't want to miss. There's one where ordinary people get the chance to do something that they've only dreamed of. That's a wonderful idea. I want to go on that programme. I'd like to go to Antarctica.
3,
I think TV reality shows are quite entertaining. It's a good idea to have ordinary people on TV instead of all those boring, self-important celebrities. Celebrities want you to think that they are fantastic people with fantastic lives, but it's all rubbish. Everyday people are just as interesting. More interesting, actually.
4,
Reality shows were new and fresh a while ago. I think the idea was a good one. It can be interesting to watch people who are just the same as you doing things on TV. It makes you think, I could do that. But now there are so many TV reality shows. They're getting quite boring.
5,
I applied to go on the Big Brother TV reality show 2 years ago. I went for 2 interviews and spoke to a psychologist. Then I was invited for lunch with a lot of other people. But I didn't get chosen for the show. And actually, I'm glad about that now.
Listening 19. Number 1.
Good morning. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a 2-bedroom flat near the town centre.
Right, OK. Well, we don't have very much at the moment. There's this one. Here are the details.
Thanks. It's £175,000.
That's right. It's on West Street. Very nice location. Oh, this one. It's a little bit closer to the centre in Cambridge Avenue, but it's more expensive.
Number 2.
Can I help you?
Yes, I need something to help me sleep at night. Some pills, maybe?
Well, we've got some herbal pills.
Are they strong?
Not really. You need to see a doctor if you want something stronger.
It's just that my husband snores. I can't get to sleep. It's very noisy.
Well, I can sell you something to stop your husband snoring.
Great idea.
Number 3.
Excuse me?
Yeah?
Do you work here?
Yeah.
I need to buy some paint. White paint.
For indoors or outdoors?
It's for the outside of my house.
Okay, follow me.
Number 4.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for Lady Gaga live.
OK. Is that the CD you want or the DVD?
The DVD.
I'll just have a look on the computer. Yes, we've got that.
Oh, where is it?
The DVD section is opposite the door. Just over there.
Thanks.
Listening 20. 1,
85p.
2,
£15.
3,
£2.50.
4,
99p.
5,
£9.95.
6,
£3.50.
7,
7p.
8,
£105.
Listening 21. 1,
My new phone only cost me £75 online, so I saved £50.
2,
Does the jewellers in town sell gold watches?
3,
At the baker's, they charge £4.95 for a chocolate cake.
4,
If you buy 2 CDs at the entertainment store, you save £5.
Listening 22.
Hi, how are you? Yes, I'm having a great time, thanks. No, I haven't bought any souvenirs yet. I haven't had time. Why did you ask that? Oh, you want a present? Well, don't worry, I won't forget. Sunbathing? No, I haven't sunbathed at all. The weather isn't sunny. I've done lots of things. I've been on a boat trip. That was great. I've made some new friends and we all went together. Yes. I've visited a castle too. Sports? No, I haven't. But I'm playing volleyball with my new friends this afternoon.
Listening 23.
Can I help you, sir?
Yes, I bought this ham sandwich here this morning. When I opened it at lunchtime, it smelled funny.
Oh, I see. So you didn't eat it?
Of course not. I want my money back.
Have you got your receipt?
No, I haven't.
Well, I'm afraid we can't give refunds without a receipt.
I'm sorry, that's just not good enough.
It's the rule. There's nothing I can do about it.
I'd like to speak to the manager, please.
Listening 24.
Good morning, shoppers. Welcome to Blue Water Shopping Centre. We hope you have a pleasant shopping experience with us. Our opening times have been extended for this bank holiday weekend. We will now be open on Friday and Saturday from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. and on Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. During this holiday weekend, we have several special events for you all. We are all going to the circus. There will be a fun fair in the centre with fabulous clowns and jugglers for all the children. And don't forget to look up on Saturday afternoon, as there will also be flying acrobats in the building. There will also be some wonderful bargains in all our shops over the weekend. If you collect the special vouchers throughout the centre, you can use them for special discounts in many of our stores. And we aren't forgetting the young shoppers amongst you. On each of the 3 days, there will be a children's treasure hunt in the centre. The children can follow clues and get special prizes. So, we will have something for everyone, adults and children alike, plus some great holiday bargains. So, come to the Blue Water Shopping Centre this bank holiday weekend. Come and have a good time with us.
Listening 25. 1. Tamsin.
My favourite device was always my MP3 player. I took it everywhere with me so that I could listen to music. I had a mobile too, so I could make calls and send and receive texts. But when my mobile contract ran out, I upgraded to a smartphone, and it's the best gadget I've ever had. I don't need an MP3 player anymore, as I can store all my songs on the phone. Not only that, I can surf the net, pick up my emails, and it's got a video camera.
2. Henry.
I'm crazy about sci-fi stories. I've probably got about 50 on the shelf in my bedroom. The problem is they take up a lot of space. So I asked Mum and Dad to get me an e-book reader for Christmas. It's really amazing. You just go to a website that sells e-books and download them. It only takes about a minute to download a book. And they're a bit cheaper than real books. My e-book reader can store about 1,500 books. But it's the same size as a single book. If you're into reading, you should get one.
3. Rebecca.
I'm not a big fan of gadgets. I've got a mobile and my dad's old PC in my bedroom, but I really like the hard disk recorder that we've got at home. You can watch one programme while you're recording another, and it's got a huge memory so you can record loads of programmes. The other great thing is that you can pause a TV programme if you have to answer the phone or something. And you can also rewind a programme and watch a bit of it again. It's really cool.
Listening 26. 1.
I use my phone all the time. I sometimes text, but I actually prefer to phone. In fact, some of my calls are really long. I've got a wireless headset and I walk down the street talking to my friends. I know it looks silly, but I don't care. I like chatting. Fortunately, my phone contract gives me unlimited calls at the moment, or it would cost a fortune. Oh, excuse me. Oh, hi, Jenny. I'm in town, yeah? That's right.
2.
I really like mobile phones and I love having the latest model. I usually get a new phone every 6 months. At the moment, I've got the latest iPhone. It can do everything. Texts, emails, games, music, videos. Do you want to see a video from my holiday?
Don't be shy.
3.
I love my phone. Obviously, I use it for texting and phoning, but I also listen to a lot of music on it. I've got earphones for it. It's great. And I love all the different ringtones you can get. I change my ringtone every month. You just dial a number and download a new ringtone. It's easy. This is my ringtone at the moment. Listen.
4.
My friends and I have all got mobiles, and we spend a lot of time texting each other. It's much cheaper than making voice calls. It costs about 10p to send a text message. It's also quicker. I'm quite fast. Look. Wait a minute. There you are. Zoe's just answered.
Listening 28. 1. Josh and Lucy.
Hey, Lucy. How are things?
Good, thanks, Josh.
Listen, I'm going for a bike ride with Kate and Ivan. Fancy coming along?
Cool. I'd love to. What time are you going?
We're meeting at my place at 11:30.
OK. Oh, what about lunch? Shall I bring some food and drink?
Just bring something to drink. My mum's making sandwiches for us.
Cool. What time are you planning to come back?
About 5 o'clock?
Great. See you soon.
Yeah, glad you can make it. See you soon.
2. Amanda and Ryan.
Hi, Ryan. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks, Amanda. And you?
Yeah, I'm fine too. I'm going skateboarding in the park this afternoon. Why don't you come along?
I'd love to, but I can't. I'm going to the cinema with my little brother.
Shame. Another time, maybe.
Yeah, that would be good.
Listening 29. 1.
Help you with your homework. Shall I help you with your homework?
2.
Go out this evening. Shall we go out this evening?
3.
Open the door for you. Shall I open the door for you?
4.
Go to the cinema tomorrow. Shall we go to the cinema tomorrow?
5.
Have a cup of coffee. Shall we have a cup of coffee?
6.
Bring some food to your party. Shall I bring some food to your party?
7.
Play football in the garden. Shall we play football in the garden?
8.
help you with the washing up? Shall I help you with the washing up?
Listening 30.
What are you doing on Saturday?
We're having a barbecue at my house.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Would you like to join us?
I'd love to, but I can't.
Shame. Why not?
I'm helping my dad with the gardening.
Oh, dear. Sorry you can't make it. Another time, maybe?
Listening 31. 1.
Calling all swimmers.
Have you got any spare time during the Easter holidays? Are you confident in the water? Would you like to learn how to save lives? Then come down to Salcombe Swimming Pool. We're running life-saving courses this week during the holidays every morning at 11 a.m. They're fun and they're free.
Two.
Parents, why not bring your young children to the Art Giraffe Cafe this holiday week? They can paint a cup or a plate, and you can have a cup of coffee and relax. Or why not try some painting yourself? We have parent and children sessions every morning. A painted plate or egg cup makes a wonderful Easter present.
3.
Are there any young actors out there? During the Easter holidays, Stagecoach is running drama classes for young people every afternoon at the community centre. There are 2 age groups, 9 to 12 and 13 to 16. There will be a show at the end of the week. Phone 856 778 for more information.
4.
Have you got some free time this Easter? Would you like to learn how to use watercolours? Then come to Harbour House with your paintbrushes. We're running classes this week for older teenagers and adults. If you are 50 or over, it's free. Phone now on 874 323 to book your place or find out more.
5.
Fancy a dance? Would you like to have fun and keep fit? Then why not try one of our Team Jam classes at the Leisure Centre? It's street dance, it's fast, it's fantastic. If you are 18 or over, just join us. We have classes for beginners and intermediate. Come on, have fun this Easter.
Listening 32. 1.
This year I got more than one Valentine. 3, in fact. The best one was definitely from my boyfriend. He didn't write his name on it, but I recognised his handwriting. The next one was from my dad. It was a jokey one, and it was very funny. He didn't write his name either, but I know it was him. The third one is a mystery. I've never had a secret Valentine before.
2.
There's this girl I really like in my class. I'm quite shy when I speak to her, so she probably doesn't know that I like her. I'm not really into Valentine's Day and all that, but I sent her a card. In fact, it's the first Valentine's card I've sent. I didn't sign my name on the card, so she still doesn't know. I watched her in class yesterday. She showed my card to her friends. Then she looked at me and smiled. Did she guess the card was from me? I don't know.
3.
I sent 2 Valentine's cards this year. One was to a boy that I know. I spent a long time making it. Then I wrote a poem in it. I didn't want to buy a card. I wanted it to be different because I really like him. I hope that he likes me too. He sometimes stops and talks to me. It's usually about homework or something. He didn't send me a Valentine, though. The other one I sent was to my granddad.
4.
There's this girl in the year below me who seems to like me a lot. The card I got might be from her. I think I know her handwriting. I feel terrible because I don't feel the same way about her. She's nice, but I only like her as a friend. I really like her sister, though. The card could be from her, but it probably isn't.
Listening 33. 1.
What do you recommend we see?
You should go to the museum. It's very interesting.
2.
Are there any festivals or carnivals on at the moment?
No, not until March.
3.
How much does it cost to get in?
It's £10 for adults and £8 for children under 16.
4.
Can you show me where that is on the map?
Yes, it's here, next to the museum.
5.
Is there a taxi rank nearby?
Yes, there's one near the bus station.
6.
Is the old town near here?
No, you'll need to take a tram to get there.
Listening 34.
Good morning. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm visiting the city for a few days and I'd like some information about places to visit.
Certainly. I recommend you go and see the castle. It's very interesting.
I'm not really into castles.
Do you like art? There's an excellent art gallery in the main square.
Yes, that sounds interesting. Is it far from here?
I'll show you on the map. It's here. You can take a number 41 bus from opposite this information office.
OK, thanks. What else do you recommend?
This weekend, there's a big carnival. That's usually a lot of fun.
I'm afraid we're only here for 3 days. We won't be here at the weekend.
Well, there's the cathedral, of course. That's very popular with tourists.
What are the opening hours?
9 to 5 on weekdays and Saturdays, and 2:30 to 4:30 on Sundays.
How much does it cost to get in?
It's £8.
Is it £8 for students too?
Let me see. I've got a leaflet about it here. No, it's £6 for students.
Great, I'm a student. Can I take the leaflet?
Of course. And the map, too.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Enjoy your stay.
Listening 35.
Hi, I'm Paula Houseman, and I'm here today to tell you something about my job as a wedding coordinator. Planning a wedding can be quite stressful anyway, but when you are doing it in a foreign country and mixing traditions, it can be even harder. So I help foreigners living in New York to bring their own traditions to American weddings. My first wedding was my best friend Petra from Slovakia. She was marrying Hans, a Norwegian guy, and they asked me to help with the plans. A lot of Petra's and Hans's family and friends came from Slovakia and Norway for the wedding. The beginning of the day was organized according to Slovak traditions. The bride thanked her parents for her upbringing, and then they left to go to the ceremony in a decorated horse-drawn carriage to the sound of folk music. The reception was really fun. In Norway, every time the bride leaves the room, all the women line up to kiss the groom, and then when the groom leaves, all the men kiss the bride. Big Norwegians, all desperate to kiss little Petra, was a really funny sight. My next wedding was a Swedish-Israeli couple. Their marriage was lovely, because they combined the traditions of both countries. It's customary in Israel to have the ceremony in the late afternoon when the first star appears in the sky. So they did that, but also the Swedish relatives dressed in traditional Swedish wedding outfits and taught everyone the traditional Swedish wedding dance. It was a marriage of people and cultures. In Turkey, the night before the wedding, the bride is decorated with henna tattoos on her hands, and her guests dance and sing traditional Turkish songs. So, when Berku married Jakob here in Prague, we organized a traditional henna night for her. The wedding itself was quite Czech. The male guests kidnapped the bride, as is customary in the Czech Republic, and then the happy couple broke a plate and swept it up together, a tradition that's meant to bring happiness and unity to the newly married couple. So, what skills do you need to be a successful event organizer?
Listening 36. Speaker 1.
I don't think the council has the right to put computer chips in bins. I mean, what about privacy? It's terrible. It's like living in a police state. This is what happens when councils have too much power.
Speaker 2.
Maybe putting computer chips in bins is a bit too much, but we have to do something. People just aren't recycling enough, so we need to educate them. The chips are just getting information, aren't they? If it helps people to be better citizens, then I think it's okay.
Speaker 3.
I reckon this is just the first step. Next, they'll put computer chips in your home to see if you turn the lights out, and computer chips in your car to see if you're driving too fast. It's frightening. I hate the idea.
Speaker 4.
I think it's a great idea. We all need to recycle, but some people refuse to do it, or they're too lazy. And who pays for their mistakes? Our children and our grandchildren. This is important. We've only got one planet.
Speaker 5.
I don't like the idea of computer chips in bins. How much can they find out about your rubbish? Can they see it? It's like somebody looking in your bin, isn't it? Nobody would like that. I'd feel embarrassed.
Listening 37.
I'd much rather do a sponsored bike ride. The main reason for this is that I really enjoy cycling. There's also the fact that it's easier to ask friends and family for money rather than strangers. I wouldn't choose the first option because I wouldn't enjoy collecting money from strangers. What's more, I'd feel a bit embarrassed if I had to dress up. The second option would definitely be better.
Listening 38.
Right. David, the school has asked us to come up with a poster about littering.
Why?
Well, I think it's because there's so much rubbish around the street near the school. Most of the rubbish is things that kids from our school drop.
Oh, OK. So how about a picture with a field or river with lots of litter in it and a slogan saying, "I wish it didn't look like this"?
Nice idea.
Or we could have the problems litter causes. It costs money to remove it, it looks bad, it attracts more litter, and it can harm people and animals.
I think I'd rather focus on something more positive.
Oh, yes? Like what?
Well, we could look at the solutions rather than the problem.
Such as?
We could encourage people to put rubbish in bins and not on the floor. Take rubbish home with them and use a cloth bag instead of plastic bags.
And always clean up after your dog.
I don't think that would be a good idea, to be honest. Dog mess is not what this is about.
Oh, OK. Do you think we should mention recycling as well?
Yes, good idea. Oh, the poster could have 4 corners. Bin it, take it home, don't use plastic, and recycle.
That sounds brilliant. Shall we make it ourselves?
I think asking Eva to do it would be better. She is a better artist than us.
OK, let's ask her.
Listening 39. 1.
Where's my mobile? It was in my bag.
Have you checked your pockets?
Hang on. No, it isn't in my pockets. I left my bag here under the desk while I was having lunch, and my mobile was definitely in it.
Do you think somebody came into the office and stole it?
I don't know.
Is there anything else missing?
Let me check. Yes, my MP3 player is missing too.
2.
It's late. I'd better go home now.
I'll walk you home.
There's no need. It isn't far to my house.
Yes, but Tom was walking home a few nights ago and a couple of men attacked him in the street and took his wallet and his mobile.
Did they hurt him?
Yes, they pushed him to the ground. He hurt his arm.
Poor Tom. Have they caught the people who did it?
Yes, the police arrested 2 men the following day.
3.
The police raided a house in our street last weekend.
Really? What were they looking for?
Heroin and cocaine.
Really? I didn't think that sort of thing went on round here.
Yeah, it does. There's always a couple of men hanging around on the pavement outside the house, selling drugs.
How do you know they were selling drugs?
Cars come up and stop near the men, and you see them handing over money and small packets of stuff. It's usually at night, so you never see it really clearly, but I'm sure it's drugs they're selling.
4.
Somebody broke into the village hall.
Broke into the village hall? Do you know how they got in?
They climbed through a window.
Why would they want to do that? Did they steal anything?
No, but they smashed some chairs and tables.
That's terrible. Do they know who did it?
No. The police seem to have no idea.
5.
I was in Jepson's department store the other day when the security guard arrested someone.
I didn't know security guards could arrest people.
Well, this one did. It was a woman with a young child. She couldn't have been more than 18.
What had she done?
Stolen something, I think. The security guard was holding some baby food and nappy cream.
Poor woman. She probably couldn't afford to buy it.
But she shouldn't steal from shops, should she? Anyway, the security guard called the police.
Oh, no. Surely that wasn't necessary. He could have let her off with a warning.
Well, it's her own fault. She broke the law.
Listening 40.
Jesse James is the most famous American outlaw of the 19th century. He lived in Missouri, one of the southern states of the USA. It was a difficult time in America. There were black slaves working in the southern states, but not in the northern states. The northern states wanted to ban slavery, so the southern states decided to be independent. This became the American Civil War. Jesse James was 14 when the war started. For 4 years, the South fought against the North. Jesse James and his brother Frank fought for the South. There were lots of terrible battles, and a lot of men died. The North finally won the war. When the war ended, the new government punished the southern states. Jesse and Frank were angry at the injustice. They formed a gang of outlaws. The outlaws wanted to fight the government, so they robbed government banks and trains and stole money. But they killed people too. The outlaws got a lot of sympathy from Southern people. Some people said Jesse James was like Robin Hood. Finally, The government promised money to anyone who could catch Jesse. So a friend of his in the gang murdered him. He was just 35 when he died.
Listening 41. 1,
Oh, I'm tired.
2,
David is reading.
3,
I can't sleep.
4,
I didn't see the burglar.
5,
I like rap music.
6,
We're going out this evening.
7,
I can swim really well.
8.
She gave me a CD for Christmas.
Listening 42.
Good afternoon. Can I help you?
Hello, I've lost my mobile. I think somebody stole it.
Oh, yes?
I was on my way home from school on my bike. My bag was on the back of the bike. When I got home, the bag wasn't there. I think it had dropped off on the way.
So, you've lost your bag as well as your mobile?
No, I've got the bag.
Oh?
Yes, I went back. Followed my route back to school. And I found the bag. Someone had thrown it into some bushes at the side of the road. But the mobile was missing. It was in the bag, you see.
What was the make and model of the mobile?
It was a Nokia X6.
Expensive.
Yes, very. It was a present from my parents.
Is it insured?
No,
Could I ask you to describe it, please?
it's white. About 10 centimetres long. It's got a big touch screen.
Have you phoned your network?
No, not yet.
Well, you must do that as soon as possible. Now, did they take anything else from the bag?
Yes, my bus pass. Luckily, my wallet was in my pocket, so they didn't get that. Do you think I'll get the mobile back?
I'm afraid it's unlikely. Now, would you mind signing this form, please?
Listening 43.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our city. I hope you enjoy the conference. I'm just going to say a few words about safety here. Even though our city is fairly safe, there are some thieves, muggers, and other criminals. Thieves usually target tourists in crowded squares. There are also some busy tram routes which are not very safe, such as the 22. So make sure you keep your personal possessions safe at all times and have some common sense in busy areas. Also, if you plan to change money, do it in a bank. Criminals can trick travellers by offering a great exchange rate, only for the visitor to then find they have some faked money instead of euros. This kind of fraud can really ruin your trip. Be careful too when taking a taxi. Although this is not as big a problem as it used to be, some taxi drivers might still be a little dishonest. Don't get a taxi on the street, always book one. Make sure you use one of the taxi companies that we have listed in the conference folder. They speak English if you phone them. Make sure you get a receipt, and if you feel you've been overcharged, give the company a call. Now, how about you? I'm sure none of you want to break any laws, so here are a couple of things that visitors to our city often get into trouble for. In our country, jaywalking is illegal. That is, crossing the road without using a pedestrian crossing. So always look for zebra crossings when you need to. Also, if there is a red and green light at the crossing, wait until the green man shows. Walking when the red man is lit can cost you a fine of up to €30. It is also illegal to ride on the trams or metro without a valid ticket. The system works on a trust basis, so there are no barriers, but you still need to buy a ticket. Make sure you punch the ticket in the yellow machines on the tram or on the metro platform. You might get asked to show your ticket to an inspector at any time during the journey. If you haven't got a valid ticket, you will be fined €20. Finally, make sure you carry ID with you at all times. That is, an identification card or passport. If you get stopped by the police or by ticket inspectors, they will ask to see your identification. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you have a safe time here in our beautiful city.
I will never come here again. I wish I hadn't come now.
Listening 44. 1.
It really does contain a huge amount of information on every subject that you can imagine. Now, many people think that because of the internet, we don't need this kind of book anymore. But in my opinion, it's a very different experience. With this book, you can pick it up, open it, and start reading or looking at the pictures. You don't have to know what you're looking for. And you can learn something amazing.
2.
And I asked myself, have I learned anything new about Michael Jackson from this author? Because that's the whole point, isn't it? To learn new things about the person's life. And I decided that, no, I hadn't learnt anything new. And so, for me at least, reading this book was pointless. But perhaps...
3.
And of course, in the past, it was very much a genre for children, with superheroes like Spider-Man and all the other great Marvel characters. Asterix, Snoopy and Garfield too. But this latest work is really aimed at adults. The pictures are amazing, the story is exciting, and the text is perfect. Most of the words are in speech bubbles, but there are also occasional paragraphs of description, which really...
4.
The first and shortest of the tales, Night Terror, is a brilliantly written piece of horror. It really is terrifying, even though it's only 10 pages long. The others in the book range from 12 to 25 pages. My other favourite is called Blood on the Carpet, which comes about halfway through the book. It tells the story.
5.
Most of the recipes are quite simple, but a few are more complicated, like the chocolate fudge cake with raspberry and almond cream. All of them are absolutely delicious. My favourites are the ones with chocolate, but there are also lots of fruit recipes which...
Listening 45. 1.
Do. Done.
2.
Write. Written.
3.
Draw. Drawn.
4.
Wear. Worn.
5.
Take. Taken.
6.
Steal. Stolen.
7.
Break. Broken.
8.
Throw. Thrown. All of these irregular past participles end with the sound n.
Listening 46.
Hi, Brad. What are you up to?
Nothing much. I've just finished my homework.
Do you fancy meeting up in town?
Yes, sure. Why don't we have lunch at the cafe in the high street?
Great idea. Let's meet at the bus stop.
I'd prefer to meet at the cafe.
OK, no problem. Why's that?
Because I'm not catching the bus. I'm going to cycle.
Fine. What time do you want to meet?
How about 12:30?
Great. I'll see you at the cafe at 12:30 then.
Listening 47. 1.
Do you fancy going to the beach?
Sure. What time do you want to meet?
How about 11 o'clock?
Fine.
2.
Shall we play tennis this afternoon?
I'd prefer to go swimming.
OK, no problem. Give me a call later.
3.
Let's go jogging together.
Great idea. Where shall we meet?
Why don't we meet in the park at 1 o'clock?
Fine. See you at 1.
4.
Do you fancy going shopping?
Sure, why not? Shall we go to the shopping centre?
Yes, OK. Let's meet there, outside the entertainment store.
Great. See you later.
Listening 48.
Good morning and welcome to Radio 25's Real Lives programme. Today we have in the studio Keith Biggins, a local charity worker. He has just received some amazing news. Welcome to the studio, Keith.
Thanks.
Now, Keith, you have just found out that you have won an award from the Queen.
Yes, I'm going to Buckingham Palace next month to collect it. I can't believe it.
These awards are given to people for their services to their local community. And you are getting an award for your charitable work.
Yes, but I feel I don't deserve it. There are many wonderful community and charity workers in my area.
When did you start this type of work?
I have always done work for charity. Every year I raise money for homeless people and for children from poor families. I own a family business selling beds, and it has always seemed wrong to me that I sell wonderful, expensive beds in my shops, but there are so many people in our society who do not have a bed at all. And there are still a lot of children growing up in poverty, fear and danger. I think a home should be a safe place with a warm bed to sleep in.
You retired 15 years ago, but you are still working?
Yes, my son runs the family business now, but I still do my charity work and he helps me. For example, last year we raised money for community flats for homeless people, and of course we put beds in the flats. We also gave hundreds of beds to old people's homes and to children's homes. And last Christmas I collected more than 3,000 presents for poor children in our community.
You are 67 years old now. Are you going to stop work soon?
I don't think so. There's still so much more to do.
Well, Keith, I think you deserve your award. Congratulations.
Thank you very much indeed.